Hey guys, Dennis Machina here. Thanks for hanging out. Today's reaction is the latest Creepypasta from Crypt TV. This is Look-See versus Suit, full circle. Now there has been a bit of a debate on who could actually take down Look-See because he's been pretty unbeatable so far. And if there's any monster who could do it, I think Suit might be the one, but we'll have to wait to see how that goes. Before we get into it, please go over and support everybody involved in making this, from the person who narrated it, Mr. Dead Meat James, person who did the artwork, Dustin Powers, and Crypt TV themselves. I'll leave all their links along with the link to the original video in the description below. Then go over and support my channel. It's very easy. Just go right below this video. Click that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and please give that like button some love because I put up new videos every single day and every little bit of support helps. So without any further ado, LEGGO.
I shouldn't have been out that night in the first place. I'd had too much to drink.
Well,
I was
that's
still
never good.
driving myself home to be with Melissa and the kids. Not that they'd noticed me. Things just hadn't been working out for me lately, and I had seen the bottom of too many beer bottles that night.
That's never good.
I drove the back way home in an effort to avoid any cops. That was a bad decision.
Yeah, that never
The
works
rain
out
was
too well.
heavy, and the winding mountain roads were slippery. Then suddenly, I took the sharp turn too quickly when this hitchhiker appeared out of nowhere.
Oh!
I only had a split second to make a decision. Swerve off the cliffside to avoid hitting the hitchhiker, or pray that my brakes could save us both before...
Nope.
I had another decision to make. Do the right thing, call the cops, and get slapped with vehicular manslaughter, or save my career and my marriage.
I'm gonna vote he's going to save his career.
I pushed the hitchhiker's corpse off the cliffside and
There
drove
it is.
away, promising myself to forget about that night.
And here's where the suit gets involved.
But that was 2 weeks ago. The drinking had gotten worse. I hadn't slept in days, and Melissa knew something was off. But the only proof of my accident was this crescent-shaped scar that appeared on my hand.
There it
The
is.
images of the hitchhiker caught in my headlights haunted me.
Okay, so he can't let go, so I guess that's where the look-see comes into play?
I took a swig from the flask I had tucked under my driver's seat. Yeah, I learned nothing that night. I was parked in front of a burned-out house in the town of Harbor. It was my assignment for the day. I'm an insurance claims agent. All the more reason to drink, right?
Oh, God.
I took another hearty swig, grabbed my clipboard, and went to inspect the home. A glamorous life, I know. The job was simple. Walk through the house, snap a few photos, keep notes on anything unusual.
Sounds easy.
But nothing unusual ever happened on the job. Until today. I was somewhere in the middle of the house, scribbling down some thoughts about a snapped beam when I heard a loud thud.
Alright, so who is it? Is it Suit or is it Look-See? I'm going to guess it's Suit.
The thud sounded exactly like my car hitting the hitchhiker. But nobody was supposed to be within 50 feet of the house. It was taped off, with warning signs covering every entrance onto the property. I looked around, trying to catch sight of the trespasser, but it was difficult to see anything a few feet beyond where I stood. There was a glimpse of polished black shoes that stepped out of sight the second I laid eyes on them.
So it's Look-See?
I couldn't explain why, but I felt a chill pass through me. I tried to muster up some form of bravado in my voice. "Is someone there? This is a closed site," I called out, then listened. Just more slow, deliberate footsteps on the crushed rocks surrounding the house.
That sounds like Look-See.
"Hello?" Still no response, but at that moment, a figure stepped into view, directly in front of me at the other end of the house, and my blood went cold. The face that stared at me wasn't a face. It wasn't human at all. Just a mass of white, waxy flesh.
There it is.
An eyeless
There's
head with
Look-See.
a gaping mouth that
So I
leered
was
at
wrong.
me. I couldn't define it, but in that moment, I knew whatever the hell this thing was, it was here for me. The Look-See. An image came into my brain, a warped memory of my accident, but this time, the corpse of the hitchhiker was on his feet, stumbling towards me, his broken jaw rasping out a stuttered phrase. "If you yourself cannot release, then it will come to take a piece."
That's a good voice right there.
The homeless man lunged at me, a terrible
job,
shriek
James.
coming from him as I snapped back to the present, back to the Look-See. It beckoned to me, but I was frozen with terror, unable to move. It began to shuffle, slowly coming for me.
So are they going to fight over him? Because I feel like that's what's going to happen here.
And there was that memory again of a rotting hitchhiker stalking around, reaching for me. Why couldn't I force it from my mind? A new sound interrupted my horror, something off to the side. My eyes flickered over to a shattered window, praying that help was coming. But all I caught was a flash of brown rags.
Whoa, okay,
hurrying
that's
around
him.
the house. The look-see snarled, seeing an interloper was threatening.
Oh,
his
here we
home,
go.
rushing to meet the threat. The two beasts slammed into one another, outside of my view. All I could see was glimpses kicking up dust, their ugly snarls and growls snapping at each other, rattling the frame of the house as they bodied each other. I panicked, spotting a narrow path that led to the opposite side of the property, hoping maybe there was a way I could escape
Good luck
whatever
with
the
that.
hell was going on. I willed my legs to move, scurrying as fast as I could for the light at the end of the tunnel.
Is he gonna get out?
Then suddenly, it was quiet. I couldn't hear either of them, and that terrified me.
Did they?
I froze, trying to figure
They couldn't kill each other, could they?
out what I should do.
There's no way
when
it
a
ends that
jagged
way.
spear of wood whipped from behind me, ripping through my shoulder and pinning me to the wall.
Oh shit!
I screamed in pain, struggling to get free, but I knew it didn't matter. Help wasn't coming, and I wasn't getting out of there alive. I never should have survived the car accident, and
Nope.
this was fate catching up with me.
Sure was.
I whimpered in pain, trying to see where they were, finally realizing they had me trapped. The
They?
look-see was standing outside the house, waiting for me with a twisted smile, and the ragged, loping thing was right behind me,
So they're teaming up against him?
breathing on me. I knew that the soot had come to finish what that tree branch had started. The hunk of wood was yanked out of me, dropping me back to the ground. I groaned as blood pooled beneath me, staining the floor black.
Who's gonna kill him?
I closed my eyes, accepting what was coming, as the wooden spear jabbed down again, this time
Ow.
dead center in my back, erupting
Ow.
through my chest.
You're done.
It was already dark in that burned-out house, but it was getting darker by the moment, the life pulsing out of me with each beat of my dying heart. The last thing I heard were the footsteps of the look-see as it approached me, its yellowed, sharpened teeth closing around the back of my neck with a sickening crunch. I looked down to my hand. The crescent-shaped scar was growing, slowly turning into a circle, completing itself, until finally, everything went black, once and for all.
You're done. Alright, so I guess they fought each other to begin with, and then they just sort of came into an understanding, like, look, we're here for the same guy, here for the same reason, so let's just end him, and they did. That was a bit anticlimactic. I was really hoping they would actually face off, and we could actually see who was going to win. I guess we're just not going to see that, because, I mean, they generally do want the same thing, and it's very similar, their motives for whenever they kill anybody. So I guess that makes sense. That's why they teamed up, and we'll never see them fight, though it's very disappointing. Anyway, what did you guys think? Please let me know down in the comments below. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Share this video. Subscribe if you have subscribed already. Ring the notification bell because I put up new videos every single day. And I will see you guys next time.